Hey guys, what's up? Max Finn here for another paid traffic tip. Today is, what is it, Hokie? Paid traffic tip number 9? Yeah, I think it's paid traffic tip number 9. So let's dive in today. Today this is not going to be an on-screen demo. I'm not going to show you any stuff on screen. In fact, I think, and this is my personal opinion, right? I think it is so difficult to stay ahead of all the changes happening on platforms. And the reason why most people are struggling, the reason why like Facebook making a change here or there impacts people so dramatically. One is they're not diversified enough. That's a given. And two, it's because they're so focused on learning intricacies and nuances in a specific platform as it is today. And because of that, when the platform changes, when the UI changes, when Facebook goes from ads to CBO, everything that worked, your entire playbook just goes out the window. And we used to do that. That used to be our thing, right? Hey, find the hacks, find the loopholes, find the best ways to exploit the algorithm. And sure, we still do that, right? Obviously, we're not saying like don't do that at all. Don't do that at all. However, what I've started realizing in the last year is I need to take a more macro look at marketing. I need to stop being so focused on Facebook or Google or email or whatever it is, and start focusing instead on why do people buy? What is it about an offer, about a business, about a product that makes people want to pull the trigger and interrupt their day, interrupt their pre-scripted and predetermined behavior and path for that day or for that action they're taking to then divert and go and interact with you? And I think if you can understand that, if you can master that part, right, of understanding how to communicate with people, how to break patterns, how to grab attention, how to engage, how to build trust and credibility and a relationship and build authority and put all those anchors into somebody. It doesn't matter what Facebook does tomorrow. It doesn't matter what Twitter does or Google does or what happens with email block rates. Like none of that matters anymore because the next platform that comes out, you'll be able to take the blueprint of how you engage, nurture, and convert prospects and you'll be able to move that into that medium. Does that make sense? Does that make sense for everybody? Because that could just be me thinking it. But the reason I preface this video with that is because the strategy I'm going to talk about right now, and the strategies that I detail in my upcoming course, and everything I do on the paid side, like paid trainings and stuff, and with our clients, is that it's high level strategy. It's tactical strategies that can be implemented in any traffic platform. Sure, we focus on our new course in Facebook and how it's implemented in Facebook. But these strategies can be taken and put into anything. This can work a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, right? Unless there's some crazy generational shift or something, consumers totally change and everything changes mindset-wise and behavioral-wise, which, that does happen, but like underlying human psychology doesn't change dramatically and takes a much longer time to change. So today's strategy I want to talk about is something I call the tortoise method, right? So I'm not going to get into every little aspect of the tortoise method. That's actually something I kind of break down in the course, right? I got to save some stuff for the course. I can't just give everything away for free, but I can share the actual principles, which can still help you get you get a lot of value from it. So one of the interesting things about marketing, and I forget, I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and the guy was talking about a study that was done, which basically said, after a conversation that you have with somebody, right? Let's say you're a car dealer or a realtor and you have a conversation with somebody and they say, I need to think about it, right? I need some time to think. And they leave and they walk out that door. Within 24 hours, they've forgotten 75% of the conversation. I believe that's the number, right? Plus or minus, but it's the fact is that within 24 hours, that person that you spoke to has forgotten almost everything that you've talked about. Within 30 days, it's almost like 100% of that conversation is totally lost. They can't recall anything, right? And so what does that mean for marketers? That means that if you send somebody an ad, cold traffic, and they see your video and they see your copy and they see an ad and they click and they read an article, right? And that's all you do. And then try to sell them some stuff, but like that's the only value and engagement and awareness that you're providing, that person is going to forget about you, right? And so if you wait a few weeks, if you wait even a few days to re-engage them and then it's just selling them crap, like the recall is not there, right? You're not Apple, you're not Nike, they don't know you, right? You look to them like a brand new business again. That's why some of the biggest brands, some of the most successful marketers are in your feed all the time. And you might get annoyed by it. You might be like, oh, their ad frequency must be terrible. Why are they continuing to pay for this? The reason they're doing it is because it works, right? They are seeing you you are seeing them every single day, right? You are seeing some of these brands, even if you're not aware of it, right? Subconsciously, you're still interacting with their brand at some point throughout the day, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's in a Snapchat ad, whether it's on a billboard or a radio ad or a TV ad on Hulu. Like, you are seeing that brand and it is resonating with you. Even if you're not conscious about it, it is resonating. So the tortoise method is taking that concept, taking that principle, and applying marketing to it, right? Applying a tactical strategy that can leverage the fact that, hey, people don't really remember you, so I need to make sure I stay top of mind and compete against my competition, because my competition is not going to do that, right? So if I'm a realtor, right? If I'm a car salesman, if I'm a mortgage broker, if I'm somebody selling high ticket, or I'm selling products that take a long period of time to decide to buy, or purchases only happen once every few years or a year or a few months, I can't wait until that person is ready to buy to start advertising to them, which is what most people do. They wait until the person's ready to buy to start advertising because they don't have the patience or the financial strength to invest in that acquisition, right? Of that attention, of that eyeball. So here's a thought, right? If on your Facebook, if every time you open Facebook or Instagram or you on search and Google and YouTube, you saw content from a real estate broker in your area. I'm in Orlando, Florida. So every time I went onto my online anywhere, I saw really cool, beautiful photos and videos and really useful tips for first-time home buyers in the Orlando area, right? Not any call to action, nothing like that. But I just saw like great content, tips. Here's a podcast I did. Here's a home I just sold. It's beautiful. Here's all the custom work we did on it. Here's what's happening in the mortgage rate market right now, and here's why it's a good time to buy. If I saw that consistently, videos and articles and polls and all that stuff, when I go to buy a house, whether it's 6 months down the road, a year down the road, 1 month down the road, and I start going to Google and going to these platforms where I'm looking for an answer, and I see a list of names, because you're going to see a big list of names of people trying to sell me homes, and out of all the names, there's one that I've seen day after day or week after week for weeks or months. Who do you think I'm going to gravitate towards first? The person I've seen. I have a relationship with them. I at least know them. Even if I haven't met them personally, I feel like I know them. There's a relationship there. And that's the first person I want to call, right? So they have a huge, huge head start over everybody else because they've invested in the relationship with me before everyone else has. And so what's really cool about the tortoise method is you can basically start running these kind of 7-day segmented ads that can run for weeks, they can run for months, they can run for even longer, that are super high funnel, right? So you're not running website conversion ads that are super expensive. You can run, reach ads, brand awareness ads, video view ads, traffic ads, higher funnel ads. And you can run things like video, value add videos you've done, articles you've written, podcasts you've been on, stages you've spoken on, testimonials, engaging interactive content, polls, quizzes, entertainment. You can run all these things and you segment them out. So what you're essentially doing is you're objection blocking and you're planting all the seeds you need to plant before you need to plant them, right? So think about it. We always talk about what happens retargeting wise. When somebody visits our product page and they don't buy, what do we need to do? Well, we need to build trust and we need to build credibility and we need to establish authority and we need to build a relationship that's not one-sided. All these things we need to do, right? Why us? With the price to value ratio. What if we did that before they even needed to buy? So by the time they're in the market, we're 10 steps ahead of the competition. They can't catch up to us. It doesn't cost a lot, right? Running reach-based campaigns, brand awareness-based campaigns are super cheap. We're talking, mid to low single digit for 1,000 impressions. And if you're a realtor, if you're a car salesman, if you're running a local, business, like you can saturate your entire target audience and just dominate that audience, right? I always tell the people when they're at events, when you're at like a trade show or a convention, like you should just be dominating that region, right? You should be saturating that geography at the convention center. So every time anybody at that event opens Facebook, opens Instagram, opens Snapchat, opens YouTube, like they're seeing your face, they're seeing your brand, right? That's a different whole different approach, different strategy. But the name of the game here with the tortoise method is slow and steady, right? That's why it's called the tortoise method. It's not a race. It's not going to get you a sale tomorrow or in an hour. It's going to establish your brand. So when the person is ready to buy, that friction is so much lower, and you have a massive competitive advantage over your competition. This method works great, like I said, for realtors, for car salesmen, mortgage brokers, construction people, all people that are, they're higher intent. They require more education, more research. They're bigger purchases. They're less frequent. But it's also a great strategy for info product businesses, for agencies. Like, we're doing this exactly for our agency. We're doing this for our info products. This is something that it works, right? And we're already getting results. It's amazing how many people, for consulting, for example, we just started this, and how many people that are in our CRM that we've been talking to for a long time have reached back out to us because, like, hey, I saw you guys ad on Facebook. Like, let's do something together, right? I'm not even joking. Like, we have emails and we have people that reach out to us because of this, because of one ad. They're not even deep in the sequence. They just saw one ad. It's me and Jeremy talking about why we started Unicorn. And it's a really great, well-written piece of copy that's kind of fun and talks about our story and why we do what we do. And it's bringing back cold prospects. It's helping move deals along faster. And it's doing it passively, right? We're not calling them. We're not sounding desperate. We're not emailing them. It allows us to kind of continue to push the lead forward without coming off as salesy or needy or desperate. It's a passive, hands-off way to sell. And it's super powerful. So hope you guys enjoyed that tip. I know it'll help your business. Like, this is one of my favorite strategies of all time. It's something really kind of brand new, at least for being implemented in a Facebook retargeting sequence for us. But the underlying principles are as old as time, right? We're not reinventing the wheel here in terms of how we're communicating with people and why we're communicating with them. But we need to have patience. We need to understand that this is an investment, not a get-rich-quick scheme. So if you're looking to build a real business, which I know you are because you're watching this, you need to take this tip seriously and start implementing it. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.